I almost forgot to grab my mic. I gotta put that on my shirt. I'm out of practice because it's a Sunday and it's afternoon. Like who even are we? No, I'll tell you what we are. We are people that got the book. I'm so excited. And to answer the question, if everybody's gonna ask, how did I get it early? Books A Million. So this is the first time we've lived close enough to Books A Million, and I know there have been a handful of you that have been able to get your hands on the book a little bit early, and now we live near one. So we had gone to where our Books A Million is yesterday, and I was just like, you know what? The book's getting released on Tuesday. I'm just gonna pop in and check. So yesterday, the pallets were there. And I spoke with the lady, and she's like, okay, I can't, because she's like, I checked all the ones that I could reach. So she's like, call tomorrow when I'm in. Anyway, the point is I called, and I scooted my booty all the way down to Books A Million, and it's here. Okay, quick, let's do our hellos. So let's see, Angela, hello, Natalie, hello, Jeanette, hello, Michelle, hello, let's see, make sure I'm not missing anyone, Carol, hello, let's see, Gaynor, hello, I'm used to saying good morning, but I could say good afternoon. Yeah, it's afternoon here. Although for some of you, it's good evening, because what, UK, it's like, we had daylight savings today, so I don't know if you guys are 5 hours or 6 hours from us. It's 2:30 here right now. So those of you on the other side of the pond, what time is it there? Let's see. Yeah, YouTube changed it to where you've got different handles. I haven't even used mine. I don't know what mine is there. Right, Kim? I was so excited. Be here in a couple of days. Yes, I still have one pre-ordered on Amazon. And I was like, I can't pass up the opportunity to snag this a couple days earlier. Suzanne posted a story on hers, and she had the book. I was like, how did you get it? But I haven't heard from her yet, but I got mine. Books A Million. Let's see, it's 8:30 there. Okay, so you're back at 6 hours. It must have been 5 hours before. Anyway, all right, so you guys are 6 hours ahead. Well, this actually kind of works out well. It's not super late for you. I mean, it's getting in there, but we can wind down with me. Of course, not. I guess I can't really wind down when I've got this level of energy. I'm pretty sure, like, I shake all the time anyway, but I was definitely shaking when I got the book. I was doing like a mad dash flip through there at the checkout. I have some clips that I'm gonna put together in a reel, but I was just like, nope, we gotta go live today. The book is here. We've got it early. We're gonna be flipping. Right, yeah, well, I mean, there are other Books A Million. I know, like, Shannon's got one down by her, but, yeah, this is the first time. This one's only, like, 25 minutes if there's traffic away. The biggest thing is finding parking on the weekend, because where it's at, there's just, like, a ton of, anyway, beside the point. I got it. It was there. Little Emily and I went down, and we were so excited. 4 p.m. there, yeah. Okay. Right, hi Alex, hi AK. If I missed anyone, I apologize. I know this is like totally not our normal time and it was completely impromptu, but I mean, how could we not? Okay, I'm gonna take my face off over here, doing background in my house and small victories. Oh yes, I was working on that one today. Hang tight. I was working on that one today, but little Steve really wanted to play, so I was like, you know what? We'll do the rest of the video later. But you guys can see the in the middle. It's not done yet. It's like a third of the way through, maybe half. I don't know, but I was working on it today. But we took a detour to play with the kids, and then run down to the bookstore. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anyone. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. Right? Yeah, they're super fun. I'm honestly really excited to do the next page. But this is what we're here for. All right, so. We're not like, I do have pencils out if we decide we want to color like a little one, because we have a little bit of time. The kids made Steve promise he would watch K-pop Demon Hunters with him finally. So they're doing that while we're doing live. Yeah, give them a call, Kim, because like I said, my particular Books A Million got their shipment in of books yesterday. So they had the pallets, and by this morning they were all emptied out. So they might. I don't know. I don't know if I just had a cool one where they're like, heck yeah. Either way, it was awesome. Also, they wanted to know my channel. So if you're watching, thanks for the book. It's super exciting. It is done, yes. So this officially releases on November 4th. Like, I've got one that I pre-ordered for Amazon. Maybe it'll show up on time, maybe it won't, but I could not pass up the opportunity to snag it ahead of time. So let's talk. Let's see, do I have... I don't have, her other book is on the shelf over there, but this is, oh, but we do have a ruler here. It should be the standard 10-inch by 10-inch. So yeah, we've got 10-inch by 10-inch. If you are in the UK and you got the UK version, usually the UK version is just a touch smaller. Binding, so we have, let's see. All right, so hang on, I'm gonna get into focus. Looks like it's a glue binding. Let me see if there's any thread in the middle here. Okay, I don't see. Oh, it looks like we might have a little bit of staple binding here. Sorry, I'm looking. You see how there's like, hold on. Hold on. It's auto-focusing. I gotta turn that off. Hang on. Okay. So yeah, it looks like there's a little divot. So I'm gonna say that it's staple and glued, because it's definitely got, it could be thread. Hang on, sorry, I'm trying to take a closer look at it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and do that one with a quilt pattern. All right, so let's go to in between here. Okay, that is in between a section that's folded. I know it's going in and out of focus, and it's because we're just looking at things really close up. So there are little divots, which make me think maybe there's, it might just be all glue binding, but I mean, it feels pretty sturdy. I don't think it's going to be like a World of Flowers issue. I know a lot of us were having issues with the glue binding, but yeah. Okay, so we've got the front cover. If you're doing the UK version, I expect that there will be like some different like foiling on it, but we got the nice yellow with the foiling. We have got the inside cover, so there is printing here, and then we got the wonderful wildflowers. I love the little bitty flowers, so cute. And then the standard page, we've got the hearts, and then we have the "This Book Belongs To." And then we've got coloring top tips, introduction. Let's see. Oh, actually, because she's got something a little bit different. So let's go ahead and read this one. So it says, introduction. Welcome to Wonderful Wildflowers, which Angela, and there were a handful of us, when she first teased this, we were all guessing all kinds of things, trying to figure out what the title of this book was going to be. We went full on like detective sleuthing. It was hilarious. So it says, within these pages, you'll find an abundance of blooms awaiting your colors. Hidden among them are the 12 rare species featured in the plant hunters list at the back of the book. Can you find them all? When I was creating these inky flowerscapes, I took inspiration from the nature that surrounds my home in rural Scotland. Woodland walks and riverside strolls became the perfect time to dream up new pages and motifs. But don't dwell on trying to identify each flower. Some are real, some are imagined, so there are no right or wrong colors. Just have fun and let your creativity flow. I'm going to get a sip of water. Right, Angela? We're detectives. There are larger motifs for the times when you want to delve deep and lose yourself for an hour or two in a creative escape. Oh my gosh, words are hard. And also some smaller compositions for those 10 minutes during a hectic day when you need a quick win. I hope you have fun exploring these pages, and I can't wait to see all your wonderful wildflowers in their colorful glory. Much love, Johanna. So love that. Right there you go, exclamation point words. So this one I thought was cute. I've never seen her do like a spiral that like, you know, I thought maybe a snail or something, but this is super cute. I kind of like it. I feel like it has potential to be other things. Like you could, if you wanted to, like add your own florals that kind of like fade out and float away. You could turn it into a snail. Like that's my first instinct, but I think I would probably do that more if I had a little bit more space. But I love the idea of a spiral. That is new. And then we've got these smaller ones. We've seen these in, you know, like, well, this one. Small Victories, Rooms of Wonder. The little motifs are just super fun for that. And then we have got a little wreath here. This would be cute if you wanted to do Ooh, nice, Kim. Looks like a snake. Ooh, I could see that. These ones are nice, especially if you like want to do like a special writing or something in the middle. One thing I'm noticing about her animals is she is starting to add a bit more detail rather than just a flat, which I kind of like because you've got what, you know, it shows the fur and it kind of gives you a direction on where you want to place your different colors. So this would be a perfect one to save for like Easter or, you know, whichever. Sorry, it's in the afternoon, so I haven't had coffee, you know, warm up my throat. It's just the water. Really nice and simple. Some of these are nice when you're literally just wanting to fill in the spaces and not think too hard about it. This one, I love this. Actually, would you say that this is a butterfly or a moth? My instinct says moth, but I really like the extra details in it. And then let's see, sometimes there's pages that are matching, but honestly, they don't look like they're part of the same thing. But you have the nice kind of spherical motifs. Thing it is when I have one like this, there's a part of me that wants to be able to just color like a section of it and then copy and paste the rest of them around because you know it's all symmetrical. A moth, yeah, that's what I was thinking because it's got like the longer wings. Excuse me, sorry. This one is adorable. I feel like you could do something really cool with the background of this. You know, it's kind of framed in. Love that. I was looking at these ones and I immediately thought Christmas ornaments, right? Like, I guess if you didn't want to cut them out of your book, like you could like scan them in and print them yourself on something. But I feel like these are like almost snowflake-esque. That could be really, really pretty. Yeah, snowflakes. Yeah, Kim, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, icicles. Exactly. Yeah, I've noticed there are a few different, like slightly different style images in here, which I really like. So this one definitely reminds me of something that would be in like World of Flowers. What is the best equipment to use? Colored pencils or markers? Oh, that's strictly up to you. The only thing I'd say about markers in the books is because the pages are double-sided, if the ink soaks through, then you're a little bit more hard-pressed to have a page that isn't affected. So as much as I like alcohol markers, I don't usually reach for them when I do Johanna's books. If I do use markers in her books, I'll use like the Staedtler fine liners. They're a water-based marker, and they don't tend to oversaturate the paper unless you add, you know, multiple layers. But as a rule of thumb, generally, I do the pencils unless I'm willing to sacrifice the page behind it. We got another symmetrical one. What do you mean? Symmetrical, quadruple symmetrical. Anyway, you get the point. This one's another large one. I know some people like having the bigger spaces rather than the teeny tiny details. So love this one. This one here, you would think like straight out of the bat that it would be symmetrical, but it's not. You've got all different flowers all along the, I'd say oval rather than the circle. Love this little fairy. I mean, you guys know how much I love my my fairy houses, so I love this. I feel like I'd want to like draw in and sketch some stones for the outside. Have to take the kid to work. Sounds good. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, snowflakes would be cool. And then we've got these flowers here. Nice little small one with the stars, though. You could totally do kind of like a galaxy sky, or you could add extra stars and have it be like a really kind of magical little meadow. We have another one here with the little flowers. Love the fox. Have we had a fox since Enchanted Forest? Yeah, Enchanted Forest. There was a fox in Enchanted Forest, right, Jeanette? Same. I feel like we had another fox at some point. Right? So cute. Yeah, little Emily will love this one. Her foxes are her absolute favorite. And then we've got another one here. We've got some foxgloves surrounded by leaves. Love that. And again, with the stars and the kind of leaf frame, you could do a really cool background on that one. Then we've got a full page floral motif. Another spiral. I'm loving it. And then this one, I remember she said, since there were a lot of us, like, what was it? It was 30 days of creativity, and I think even small victories, where we all kind of added our own frames. And she said she really liked that, so that's why she did the circles for this one. Ah, that's what it was, Angela. I was like, I knew there was another one. If you really want to lock in and work on a full page, you've got this one. Then we've got 9 separate little floral motifs. I don't know how she comes up with all of these. Then we've got these ones, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be something you're going to want to remember for back here where the plant hunters list. So I think you're going to find a few of those here. Sorry, that was out of frame. There we go. All right, then we've got two little easy florals. These remind me of that singular floral that we have in Secret Garden, I believe. I ended up turning it into like the wilting rose under glass from Beauty and the Beast. But love these ones. Give you an option of something nice and simple. This one reminds me a little bit of Rooms of Wonder, Rooms of Wonder with the scissors and the magnifying glass. Love that. And we've got another simple floral one. Look at the bear. He's so chunky and cute, right, Kim? I'm loving the chunky bear. Like, so cute. Absolutely adorable. Then we have got another little floral motif, right? It's adorable. Again, you guys know I love my fairy houses. Like, I have a few filed away of like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that one. Or, oh yeah, I'm going to do that one, you know? I love these leaves on here. These are really nice. I'm seeing these in like really dark, heavy greens. I think that would be really pretty. Then we've got a nice heart. We love the heart. Always good for Valentine's Day. Love this one. You could totally do like have the inside of this be a sun and have like rays going out the back. I like that one. A nice different shape. Same with this one. I'm seeing this one with kind of like a pink background, like a pink kind of magical background. I feel like that could be nice. Got this one. This one interested me because the leaves, so they're thistles is what these ones are. I can recognize that one. But the style of these stems and leaves is almost more bold than what she usually does. But I like it because it's different. I mean, we wouldn't want all of her books to be exactly the same. So again, if you don't like florals, maybe steer clear of this one. She's got loads of other ones, but I personally love this. I feel like it's kind of a, you know, harken back to Secret Garden a little bit. I am in love with this little bumble. Delete small victories, right? Or just keep, when we were leaving, little Emily's like, oh, you can start a new series. I'm like, but I can't quit the small victories. The whole thing is, can I finish this? I mean, I suppose I could if I'd be like, can I finish this whole series? Nope, never mind. We're starting a new one. I'm trying to stick with it. I'm trying. I mean, I'm excited about the quilt page, but yeah, I'm thinking, I might need to take a day or so detour and do one of these pages. I don't know. I'm mid-filming on this. I need to at least finish this video. I gotta stick with it. Please keep going. That's the plan. Love all the different butterflies on this one. Again, we've got, it's almost like a doorway with flowers. Good, Jeanette, good. This one could also be another setup for a really pretty background. I feel like these are kind of like a little bit thistle-ish. Got another one here, super pretty. And we've got some more bigger ones, which I bet you some of these, we won't look for all of the Plant Hunters list today, but I have a feeling some of them are going to be on here. We got another wallpaper one. Look at this crane. I love this crane. But I feel like, how pretty would this be? I would need to think on it, but if you did, right, Kim? If you did something with like a pond, like with cattails in the background and everything, I feel like that could be really, really pretty. I saw this one in the store and I was like, I showed the lady at the desk. I was like, look at the little chipmunk. I'm pretty sure it's a chipmunk, right? Because it's a smaller tail. I don't know. Are chipmunks in the US? Do they have, I feel like, yeah, with the tail, little Chippendale. Then we've got another framed floral motif. Love these simple ones. I feel like these are ones where you really, if you just truly want to go, a red squirrel. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense because we don't have as many, red, well, do we have red squirrels over here? Ours are mostly the brown squirrels and they have really fluffy tails. But I wasn't entirely sure. A dusk time scene for the background for the crane. Ooh, that could be pretty. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Then we've got this one. It reminds me of like her pages where she did like the illuminated manuscripts. Okay, I fully expect people to do amazing things with this one. Got the whole canopy of the leaves, so much potential for the sky behind here. This would definitely be one that would take a while. Oh, they're in Scotland and are quite small. Okay, perfect. All right, so we will file this one as as a red squirrel. Our squirrels are here really chonky. Right, Jeanette? Like this is going to be, I can't wait to see. Ooh, you know who I'd love to see do this page? Black Canary, Arena. Oh my gosh. I bet you it would be drop dead gorgeous. Absolutely. Okay, question for you all. I assume it's a kingfisher because of the crown, but I'm not really sure if it's a kingfisher or a hummingbird. I mean, would the beak be longer for a hummingbird? Hummingbird? Here, let's do it. Let's do a poll real quick. Let's do a poll. Okay. Let's do, all right. Kingfisher or hummingbird? Kingfisher, not Fosher. I can't spell. Kingfisher or hummingbird. That's a lowercase u. There we go. Okay, start the poll. There we go. Hummingbird with a crown. That's what I was thinking. That my initial instinct, especially with the shape of the wing, tells me hummingbird. But then I saw the crown. Because if it hadn't been for the crown, hands down, hummingbird. But now I'm like, yeah. Okay, we'll let that go for a little bit and then we'll come back. Then we've got another floral motif here. Another wallpaper one. I am loving the blackberries. You guys know how much I love my blackberries. We got more of the florals here. Again, totally set up for a scene. I would consider this one a little bit of wallpaper. I don't know. What do you think? Okay. Look at the panda. How cute is that panda? Oh my gosh. Now, I was trying to think two things. For these, are you seeing them as the bottom of their feet, or is this like the knee and they've got cute little rounded feet? Like, I'm wondering. The flight shape says hummingbird. Yeah, kingfisher has a long beak like a hummingbird. See, and that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. All right, well, 61%, 63% says hummingbird, so we'll go with hummingbird. But she also made a point of some of the things that she draws, especially the florals, are made up. So it's like, you don't necessarily, heck, you could color that thing purple and pink if you wanted to. Think it's the bottom of the foot? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Melissa, it totally threw me. I was like, wait, what? But YouTube changed. YouTube changed like the handles or whatever else. Super cute. And I feel like there was a story for this one, wasn't there? Like one of her kiddos' friends. She did one for one of her daughter. That's what it was. Yeah, I was gonna say. I couldn't remember if it was her kids or one of her kids' friends. We've got this one. This would be really cool to do like a color wheel out of, right? I'd have to count how many, like, there might be one too many for a color wheel. Either way. To a gaming stream, I don't really want it. No, that's fair. That's fair. Got another wallpaper. Ooh, this could be really pretty with like sage and like a, I feel like dahlia purple would be like sage and heather would be really pretty on here. This one, love it. Little magical little, what was it? City, town, village under the flowers. You guys know me. I love anything that has to do with like potential fairy houses. Love the mushrooms. Then we've got another floral here. There's a good variety. There's a good variety of super detailed and minimally detailed. And she's still sticking with the not super, like she's avoiding putting anything right up along the edge, which I know a lot of people like. In Derwent terms, well, I said the heather one because I have my Derwent Lightfast over here, and I was like, oh yeah, that color would be good. But I was thinking like sage as in the actual color. That being said, fingers crossed, those are supposed to ship out the new pencils, Derwent pencils, supposed to ship out on the 3rd. So I'm crossing my fingers that when we get here on Friday, because we'll do a full page of this on Friday, that those pencils will be here. Because I know we just got done with the Derwent drawings, but for the full set, absolutely. And also, look at the peacock. Would you say it's a peacock or a peahen? I feel like with the tail down, you could do either or. Granted, the peacocks tend to be the more colorful ones, so I suppose it's a colorer's choice. They get a good stock amount, right? Same. They're really neat. Little toe beans. I love toe beans. And hi, Ninja Mom. Love this one. Great potential for a background. Another floral motif. And again, like we've got a mix of high detail and low detail. I really like that. Yeah, peacock, that's what I was thinking. And then here we have the plant hunters list. So she's got 12 of them. So you could color these individually. You know what would be really fun is you could even trace these and put them on something else, or you could like paint around them and cover up the numbers. If you were willing to sacrifice the pages, how cute would these be as bookmarks? Like that would be super pretty, right? And then we've got the end page here. Little color palette test page. Look, she put one of the little flowers with the frame. Another color palette test page. And then, of course, we have the back side. And then this one. So at Books A Million, with tax for me was like 19 some odd dollars. I have the link pinned up in chat. And so I think it's like 16 something on Amazon. Right, Alex? Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm so excited. Like I always get, you know me, I always get thrilled whenever we get a new book coming out. I'm trying to see, like the ones that I want to sit and think about, I don't necessarily want to color them. Hi, Ine, how are you? Right, Kim? Yeah, exactly. I love that like with each of her book, you can see the influences from her fams. Things people have said that they like, things they wish they couldn't tell. I know, right? No. Yeah, I'm totally miserable. This was the worst day ever. I can't believe I got it now. Okay, I can't do that very long. So let's see. Let's choose a simple one. Early Christmas, right? Exactly. Like, cause I want to sit and like stare at these pages for a bit and decide like this. We could do this, but I kind of want to wait. Let's see. You know what we could do? We could just go to like one of the Hunter's flower test page thing, just something small. Let's see. Like I said, I grabbed my Derwent Light Fast. I hadn't used them in a while. Because this isn't going to be like the start of the page that we're going to... Yeah, regular size book. Yeah, 10 inches by 10 inches. Thanks, Don. Yeah, 10 inches by 10 inches. See. Oh, that crane is so pretty. Chipmunk. Sorry, I keep getting all the little animals. I'm like, it's so cute. See, this is going to be, this one would take a while. Hummingbird. Sorry, now I'm just kind of flipping through and thinking, like, what do I want to do? We could do a little bit of this one. Maybe? Maybe. I don't want to have to get out too much stuff. This is really pretty. We could do a little bit of this one. Do I have the right greens that I want for it though? Let's see, racing green. I'm also looking at like what colors I have for the light fast that I pulled out. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Let's do one of the ones from the Plant Hunters list. Well, like I said, when we come back on Friday, we'll start an actual page. This is just the excitement of it's here. So here, let's do number 6 down here. A little warm-up page. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, Halloween. Halloween was chaotic. Okay, let me pick some colors real quick and then we'll get into Halloween. It was great. It was fabulous. But my goodness, we were exhausted. Okay, hold on. Hold on. There we go. There we go. All right. So let's do this one. Let's get Deep Rose. Where did I put the case? Oh my gosh. Oh, hold on. Is it this one? It might be this purple one. Yeah, there it is. I had set it right there. And then I've got others over here. But let's check the case first. So Deep Rose. Let's see. That's cherry red. Heather. Okay, I already have Deep Rose out. It's going to be, oh, there it is. Okay, Deep Rose. And then let's get Heather. And then let's see, what else do we have here? We've got, let's zoom out. We've got some stems. Let's also get Champagne, I think. Let's see, that's wheat, but we want champagne. I think it's going to be this one. Okay, champagne. And then let's get... let's get ocean blue dark. There we go. Ocean blue dark. And then let's grab vivid green. 2 days, 2 days of stuff. We did stuff for a day. Ooh, very cool. Fabulous turnouts for a business. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. Did I grass green? No, vivid green was what I wanted. Vivid green. Here we go. Vivid green. Let's also get nightshade. And I think that'll be good. Okay. Like I said, we're just doing this small one today. This is just a little fun. There we go. Ofrenda? What's ofrenda? Okay. Those of you that have read Fourth Wing, when I read that, all I heard was Major Ofrenda's Guide to the Writer's Quadrant. Okay, I'm going to give these a quick sharpen because I want them to go to super fine point. All right, so Halloween. So because we were planning on having people over and people out, a good portion of the beginning of the day, because Steve was gone on a conference, and so see, there we go. Now we're in frame. He didn't get home from that until like 2 o'clock, and so I streamed in the morning. Obviously, you guys got to see the costume and everything, and then I spent the rest of the day cooking, prepping, getting things clean, adding up some more decor and everything. So we had gotten a bunch of glow sticks and glow bracelets because I knew we were going to have a number of kids, but I didn't know how many parents were going to be with us to help manage everything. So I told Steve, I was like, look, I don't know if it's just going to be us two. I don't know if there's going to be more than 3 parents. I was like, we need to make sure we can keep an eye on all of these children. So I was like, let's light them up. So we got them all glow sticks. But actually, as it turns out, we ended up having a good number of parents. We had 3 mothers, 3 fathers, and 2 grandparents. So there were plenty of adults. And so we went out really early. I think we ended up going out about 6:15. Sunset was 6:30 here, but it would kind of worked out well because we were early enough that like houses, they got full-size candy bars. Like, hello, fancy houses. There were full-size candy bars and everything. So we got at the beginning when there was still good stuff. And then when we were going through, everybody was, right, yeah, Angela, was so nice. Because I was a little concerned about being able to keep an eye on everyone. Because, you know, it's dark and kids in costumes. And I had one that... He was in a dinosaur, like inflatable dinosaur costume, so he couldn't go too fast. But on the second half of the trick-or-treating, he took a break from it, and then he was like running everywhere. I'm like, okay, so the costume slowed him down. So we're going to start with deep rose. So yeah, so we started out, they hit a lot of good houses. Some of the houses were handing out Pokemon card packs, so they were all really excited about that. So we went out for a while. Little Steve wore his trash can costume, but one of the things that I forgot to take into consideration is the trash can. It was a Rubbermaid 32 gallon trash can, and you'd think, oh, it's empty, it's going to be fine, but I forgot to take into account the weight of the trash can itself. So for the first half of trick-or-treating, he wore the trash can, but their feet were all getting tired and they wanted to take a short break. So we came back to our house, and that's when I put out the snacks, and I had ended up with, I made pumpkin spice muffins, I had made strawberry popcorn balls, and then we had cheese, crackers, loads of fruit, water. I didn't do a ton of like sugary stuff because I knew they were going to have a ton of candy and want to eat that. So after the first time went around, we probably I don't know how many houses we hit, but we went down at least 4 roads, I think. And yeah, they got some really good stuff. And so then we came back, kids rested their feet, they sorted their loot. Little Steve can't have, he's allergic to food dye, so it's really sweet. So they laid it all out and they swapped for, you know, food dye and for chocolate. So that was really fun. And then after everybody had, you know, snacks and everything, then we went back out again, and little Steve changed into his Puppet Master costume, which was considerably more comfortable. And we hit a few more houses after that. But there was a lot of good stuff. If you guys have been seeing on social media at all, and I'll say this lightly because for whatever reason this stuff gets political, but anyway, there has been an issue with SNAP benefits getting released. And so one of the things, because there's a lot of families that rely on SNAP benefits every month. I have to look up. I don't know if that, I heard something about a judge, but anyway, the point is, one of the things that was going around on TikTok that we saw while we were out trick-or-treating is that as a secondary option, people were also handing out like packets of ramen and stuff, like actual food items, so the kids could choose like, okay, cool, we got these unconventional items, but also we have candy. And our kiddos, the group we had, they loved the idea of the ramen. They're like, it's ramen, we love ramen. I saw some videos where the kids had the choice of either a big old russet potato or candy. The potatoes went first. Oh, fun, Jeanette. K-pop Demon Hunter ramen, awesome. Oh my gosh, there were so many. I saw so many roomies. But yeah, so there were loads of good stuff out there. Like I said, some of the houses gave out Pokemon cards, and you know, lots of. It was really nice when we found. Yes, several houses had ramen. Yeah, that's what it was. It's the way of, you know, kind of helping the community for families that, you know, are struggling at the moment. You know, but a lot of people were also saying like, well, I don't want to do that because I don't want to, you know, lose the magic of Halloween and getting the candy. So I liked that they had, you know, the children had the option. Here's the candy, but also here's the ramen. So take your pick kind of thing. So that was super cute. So we came home and they swapped, and little Steve changed into his other costume. We went back out, and it was great because since we went back later, like houses were like, okay, we just want to be done. You guys take as much as you want. So I mean, I don't even know how many pounds of candy they came out of there with, but it was a lot. So let's see, I'm gonna use Heather now. But anyway, so one of the little boys that we were in charge of, his mom ended up having to work. So I said, it's cool, you can bring him on over. And he came over a little bit early, and little Steven and him hung out, played some video games and everything. And then he went out with us. And then the boys had an idea for a sleepover. Now, little Steve, we don't do a ton of sleepovers. Part of the reason is because we only moved here like a little less than 2 years ago. I don't know a lot of the parents well enough to be okay with sleepovers yet, but I know some parents don't feel as strict about that. So anyway, the boys had the idea of having a sleepover. Little Steve had never had a sleepover before, so the kiddo who's with us, I texted his mom. I was like, hey, so the boys had this idea. Are you cool with that? Do you want to? She's like, oh yeah, no, it'll be great. So little Steve, at the end of the night, got to have his very first sleepover, and they had a blast. And I stayed up until they fell asleep, just because, you know, in case the kid gets scared because it's not their own home, you know, that kind of thing. So I stayed up until they went to sleep, but they were up giggling to each other until like 11 o'clock. It was the cutest thing. And then we got up in the morning, and I made them eggs and pancakes and watch him play football. Sounds good, Kim. Enjoy your time with him. So yeah, so he got to have his first sleepover, and we haven't taken down all the Halloween decorations yet. We took down some of the inside ones, but by the time everything was all said and done yesterday, we were all very tired, and we're very much enjoying the extra hour we got today, because in the US it was daylight savings time, and so it was fall backwards. So we gained an hour last night. So that was really nice. But let's see, we're using champagne now. So all around, super good. Little Steve got to wear both his costumes. He came out of there with a pile of chocolate, got to have a sleepover, and it was just super fun. Because they actually have a 4-day weekend this weekend. Oh, thanks, Jeanette. A 4-day weekend this weekend. And so him and because his friend that slept over, he lives just down the street. And so they want to try and meet up again tomorrow. Little Emily has a birthday party to go to tomorrow. So it's like, today was kind of our quiet day a little bit. Steve did some grocery shopping this morning. I'm going to do a little bit of nightshade here. And then, yeah, yesterday we went because when we were trick-or-treating, we met this girl who works at a Pokemon store. And turns out there was a branch of it here in the towns where we live. And we're like, oh, cool. So we pulled those up. And the Pokemon store here is in the same shopping complex as Books A Million. So we took the kids to the Pokemon store yesterday and we all got some Pokemon card packs. Little Emily, if you know anything about Pokemon, she got a really good pull. She was really excited about it. It was like a full art rare. Anyway, beside the point. She was really excited about that. And since we were there, I told Steve, I was like, hey, can we just stop by the bookstore? Like, it's really close to book release. You know, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe they'll have it a little bit early. And I must have found like the perfect woman that was there, unless like all the employees are just as chill as her were. So I went in, I was just like, hey, so there's this coloring book that's releasing on Tuesday. Is there any chance that you guys have it like in the back being ready to put out? So she pulled it up on her computer and it was there on the computer. She's like, oh yeah. So she went over to the shelf and she mistook it for Secret Garden. But she's like, no, it should be in the back in the pallets. So she went back and she's just like, I checked all the ones I could reach, but they're supposed to be unloading them and they'll be out tomorrow. So I'll be in at noon. Why don't you call the store tomorrow and then I can check for you and we can set it aside. So I called and I was like, absolutely, I'm on my way. So little Emily and I booked it back down to the bookstore and there it was. And oh my goodness, it was great. One of my youngest son's friends used to sleep over so often that we have a bed in our house. So it's Johnny's bed. Johnny's going to be Thomas's best man. His wedding this month. Oh, Angela, I love that. Like those little like lifelong friendships. They're wonderful. Steve has a couple of friends like that. I don't know. Most of the friends I grew up with, like we all went very different directions. I don't know if boys just have an easier time staying in touch or something. Because like when he goes to see his best friend, it's like they never left. Like they just, it's like picking up where they left off at, like no problem. I don't know. Maybe life just gets too busy. But either way. But yes, so it was a fabulous Halloween. I'm loving, I don't know if you guys saw, Johanna posted a story that said it's time and she was getting her Christmas tree. I looked at Steve, I'm like, so he's like, no, Thanksgiving first. I'm like, oh, Scrooge. But I will be listening to Christmas music on my own until then. You better believe, though, it's going to be like a glitter bomb went off as soon as as soon as December or as soon as Thanksgiving is officially up. I'm going to do that. All right, I'm going to use the blender because I want to see how much darker this will get. There we go. I also told little Emily that we would watch Wicked this weekend. So at some point we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that tonight. They're doing K-pop Demon Hunters with Steve right now. And we'll break out the Wicked. That's what weekends are for, right? Catching up on movies and relaxing and all that good stuff. So I want to put another poll. Oh, thanks. Yeah, they worked out great. Right, Carol? Yeah, I love it. She was waiting to see it because she wanted it to be closer to when Wicked 2 came out. Okay, so have you ordered your book? Do yes, and I have it. Yes, but still waiting. No. Will order it later. Okay, cool. What were they for Halloween? So I made little Emily a floral dragon costume. And then one of little Steve's costumes, he was a trash can, literal trash can. And then his second costume was the Puppet Master from Prodigy. It's a math game that they play at school. And our little guy is all about the math. So he loved that. But yeah, it was really good. And they got way more candy that we're still eating on last year's candy. So, I mean, all right, let's do Vivid Green. No, let's do I actually want to grab, I have racing green here. I want a little bit of a darker. Let's see, that's spruce green. No, let's see, midnight black. Oh, that's black. We could do a little bit of black. What else do we have here? Denim. Let me grab the, I haven't moved from my seat. Where did oh, there it is. It was under the chair. Hang on. I want to get the racing green out. Love Flame Prodigy, right? Oh yeah, I didn't really eat any. There were people, there were people like, oh, you want some candy too? I'm like, no, I'm good. I did really like how my costume turned out though, so it was fun. I was in costume. Plus, it was real nice. Why am I using this sharpener? I need my doll. The people that came over, they, Steve and I have the downstairs. Hi, Celeste. I did, Alex. I loved it. I had asked her, I was just like, you have pretty epic costumes every year. What are you guys doing this year? All right, let's do a little bit of the racing green. I forgot what I was just saying. Anyway, but yeah, so really good holiday all around. Yeah, I like that. Adding a little bit more. Loves Prodigy too. Yeah. Yeah, they absolutely love it. And there isn't really like a Prodigy costume anywhere. And so, yeah, Mama busted out the sewing machine. Oh, I remember. So we have the downstairs decorated like Lord of the Rings style. Obviously, I still haven't finished the painting that I've been trying to get done for ages, but it's like it's so hard to find the time to sit down and do acrylic painting. Anyway, but we have a lot of other stuff down there, but it was really nice. We got compliments on the house, said our house was very cozy, and I was like, I will count that as a win. So lots of grown-ups to help keep an eye. Everybody had a good time. The snacks were perfect because we came home. Everybody's feet was, if it was tired, and they're just like, yes, snackage. Perfect. All right, let's get Nightshade. But yeah, I forget how smooth these are. They really are. They are just so pigmented. One of these days, I need to complete the collection for this. Okay, let's get the deep rose. So you put it on my Christmas list along with Maria's new books and Hannah's Christmas book. Nice. Yeah, we got like about 50-50 there. That works. All right, so let's do, this is the deep rose. If you guys just got here though and you are curious of the book, the first half of the stream, or first part of the stream, we did the flip through, so you can always go back and watch that through. All right, let's do the heather. Nothing. Exclamation point snap in chat. But yeah, I was working on filming that today, so I will need to probably finish filming that before I sit down with the book. I gotta stick to my word. All right, let's do some champagne. Smooth out that edge there just a bit. Nothing. I do not keep snapping the tips. Definitely not. No one saw anything. There we go. I like that. Exactly. Ooh, nice, Jeanette. All right, let's do a bit of vivid green here. Oh, I didn't do that little middle part. Let's do deep rose by itself. Just fill that in all the way. There we go. I like that. Okay, vivid green. Go. Just gonna fill that in. Like I said, today is not a full color on. We will start a legit page when we come back on Friday. So I need to go through and kind of see which page calls to me. I suppose the page that we choose will depend on if the pencils get here, because sometimes I'll choose a page based on the kind of pencils that I'm using. Okay, then let's get the racing green. I also got that blue over there, so we'll grab that too. I think we might utilize our black as well. Bye, Dawn. Thanks for being here. Yeah, this is totally like not my normal time at all. In the evening, on the weekend, on a Sunday. Like I don't do them very often, but this seemed like it called for a an impromptu thing just because we got it early. It's so exciting. There we go. And then I got a blue for this too. Ocean blue. Oh, ocean blue dark. That's what that is. Hi, Marilyn. How are you? So all around, absolutely love it. But honestly, like, did we expect me not to love it? Of course I'm going to love it because I love it. I get so excited. I don't think there's any, like, I love Christine Caron's books and Hannah Carlson, Maria Toll, like all of them. I love them, but I don't think I ever get as excited about a book as when I do when it comes to a new release of Johanna's books. Like, Johanna's books were my first books. Okay, let's do a little bit of the champagne. Just a bit. Okay, let's do the blender. I don't even know how long we've been live. Oh, almost an hour. But yeah, I had to do a flip through. Okay, and let's get some of that black, shall we? Give it a little sharpen here. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I wish I could go. I was thinking today, I'm like, man, I wish teleportation was a thing. I would totally go to her book launch party if I could. That would be amazing. All right, let's get some black. Okay. Get where they're overlapped. Just a bit. Do you guys have a page picked out? If you're ordering the book or if you're excited about the book, do you have a page picked out that you think you want to tackle first? Which page calls to you the most? Go. Yeah. Nice and simple, right? Exactly. Girl gang. Here we go. Little simple one. I think it's super cute. So yeah, it was about an hour-ish. That was just a quick little, let's go ahead and do a flip through because the book is here early and it was so super exciting. Like I said, if you have a Books A Million near you, it might be worth it to just give them a call, see if they have it, see if it's out on the shelf. But yeah, if you missed it, we did a full flip through at the beginning of the stream. Right, Alex? It's so pretty. So yeah, we'll be back again on Friday. Hopefully the new pencils will be here. We'll see. Otherwise, we'll choose something else. But we're definitely going to be doing a page from the new book on Friday. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up our impromptu. It's just like, yeah, just a quick little Sunday live. We'll do a little flower, but super excited that it's here. I can't wait for us to dive in. It's going to be great. All right. Well, I'm going to go wrap up. Continue doing our weekend stuff. Thanks everyone for stopping in. I know this was sort of like short notice, but like I couldn't help it. I was like, it's here. We need to do it. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Oh, Shannon, did Brian check your Books A Million? You're the one I always think of. I was just like, Brian gets it at Books A Million and they get it early. Okay. Have a great weekend, everyone. Keeping awesome. And I will chat with you all later. The real question is, will I push the right button today? Huzzah! Talk to you guys later.